Welcome to my first ever YouTube channel and my first ever video. I am recording this so that way I can hopefully give a little tutorial on how to utilize the file that I have for sale on my Etsy that basically shows you how different settings with your Engrave tool yield different results depending on what the speed and the power is. This basically allows you to change up the look of what you're going for with each different medium that you're utilizing and allows you to have a continued reference that lets you get more comfortable with your machine and show you how to again get the desired look that you are hoping to achieve. So basically what you'll do is once you pull the file into the Glowforge app, you will see that everything is already set up for you over on the left hand side. Now I do apologize, you will still have to actually set up the power and the speed with each one of these, just so that way again that gives you the ability to kind of change all of the different settings that you want. Typically with the first three, I don't change those. I just let the machine settings basically come up and use the ones that are already up there. As you can see in the very top portion right here where it says the 1/8 inch eucalyptus hardboard, this was the medium that I currently have in my machine right now, and you can change this to whatever you are using. So if you are utilizing acrylic, or you are doing a 1/8 hardboard or a different type of board, you have the ability to change this. Not only that, what I personally typed in was my lines per inch over here on this side, just so that way I could see exactly what this specific lines per inch yields. And the reason I did that was because with each different setting, again, this allows you to get a deeper engrave versus a lighter engrave. So changing this up can really change the desired look of the project that you're trying to do. So now to change the setting of each one of these individual bubbles, it is going to start with the 1000 speed and the full power. So again, as you can see over here, here's the 1000 speed, and then the power, you're going to go all the way down to the full. So when you highlight over top of everything on the left hand side, it basically highlights it down for you in the very bottom corner of where this is. And what you'll do is you'll pull this up. You will change this over to the score side, or excuse me, the engrave side, I'm sorry. And typically what I do is I leave everything on draft graphic as opposed to the standard definition or the high definition graphic. I don't really have a specific reason for that. I have seen a couple of different people who typically always utilize the draft graphic because they say that it helps to kind of cut down on some of their times, which I haven't really seen any significant difference. That just happens to be what I go through each time typically. So again, what you'll do is you'll click on the draft graphic and you will click on the little arrow that pulls you over into this tab, and it will come up to where you will change the speed, and then you will change the power all the way up to full. Down here is where the lines per inch is, and basically you can increase that to, again, whichever number that you want to do. I typically leave it at 225, and again, it's going to be dependent on exactly what type of look you're trying to achieve. Obviously, the higher lines per inch that you're going to do, you're going to get a cleaner engrave. So again, kind of yield that with whichever you want to do. And again, this is a very versatile file that allows you to continuously change all of these. You can make copies of the actual file itself inside of the Glowforge app. So that will allow you to change each one of these. So if you want to, next time go and increase it up to 270 lines per inch or even higher, again, that allows you to do that. So we'll leave that at the 225 per inch, and then again come on back to this main screen. coming down to the 100, which this is again going to be the 1000. As you can see, it's highlighted over here on this side. It's the 1000 speed, and it's going to be the 100 power. So you'll come back up to the Engrave, click on, again, draft graphic, SD or HD graphic, whichever one that you choose. And the speed is still going to be 1000, and you're going to drop this down to the power of 100. Again, change lines per inch to whatever lines per inch you want. And then basically you're just going to keep going all the way down the line to each of these. Again, these all start at the full for the 1000 and go all the way down to the 300. I do want to throw in kind of a caveat with the 300 settings. I have seen that, so basically the way that these power settings and the speed settings work is when you slow the speed all the way down to 300 and you increase the power, the laser is going to be moving very, very slow, and it's going to be moving very, very powerful. With that being said, there is a chance that you will end up starting a fire in your Glowforge, which obviously is something that we don't want to do. So in the 300 settings, I elect to keep 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, and the full on ignore. Reason being is because for me personally, on all the mediums that I have used, this has done too much power for too less of a speed, which then has caused burning through my board. So I was not comfortable with going all the way up to full speed with the lowest power. This also is the reason why I don't have 200 or 100 on this specific test, again, because of those same reasons. So basically this is, like I said, how you set up the file. I have found it quite helpful personally, because overall it really has allowed me to use this on different types of mediums, again, to include the plywood that I use, the hardboard that I use. I personally have not tested it on acrylic yet, so I'm not quite sure what those settings are on acrylic. So if anybody wants to test it on acrylic and send pictures, I would love to see that. If you have any other questions, please just let me know, and happy crafting. Thanks for watching.